what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 22 of our Islanders GM mode. So, in last episode, we simulated the remainder of the season, and we actually made the playoffs. We finished 48, 25, and 9, which was second in our division, only behind the Pittsburgh Penguins. And round number 1, we're up against the New Jersey Devils. So, I showed you guys what it looked like in last episode. But I'll go over it again because it's been a bit longer. Because sorry I didn't make any videos for Monday. It's just my dad was home with the flu, so I didn't end up recording anything. So basically I'm treating Wednesday like a Monday, and then Friday will be treated more like a Wednesday, and then Sunday maybe will be treated then like the Friday. So sorry about that, guys. But anyways, let's just go over the lines for the New Jersey Devils, and then we'll look at our team as well in comparison. So you got a 90, an 86, and an 88. So that's a pretty good first line. You got two good wingers, but the center, he's listed as a second line center, so it's not the best center. You could have honestly put Adam Henrique, and then this line would have been a lot better, but second line has Nyquist and Henrique, that's good, and then Boucher is kind of good. Zaka could be always up here too, and then McLeod and Bennett, that's not very good, and then this fourth line is kind of good. Kind of a weak center, but he's a young guy, so. Defensively, though, they did sign Ryan Suter in the offseason, they traded actually for him at the draft. I looked back and found out where. I think it was actually like 2 episodes ago, or 3 episodes maybe. So yeah, Ryan Suter and David Severson. They also traded for Chabot back in year 1. I think they got him for Camilleri and some other people, can't remember exactly who. Dmitry Kulikov, don't know who they traded for to get him. And then John Merrill and Josh Jacobs. And then goalies, as usual, they have Corey Schneider, but then they also have Cammy Boyce, who's a medium elite goaltender. Don't know where they got him from. But he's an 85 and 21 years of age. But as you can see, he was drafted by the Calgary Flames originally, 4th overall. So I don't know if they made a big blockbuster trade with Calgary that I didn't find, or for some reason Calgary couldn't re-sign this Cammy Boyce guy and we didn't see him, and then he went to free agency or something like that. So New Jersey's got a great future ahead of them. See, Corey Schneider is probably close to retiring, and then Cammy Boyce will be a good replacement for them. So in comparison, you got Soderstrom and Kemper. Soderstrom's still recovering from his broken toe injury. He's broken it like 5 or 6 times, so hopefully he does not get re-injured after game number 1, or else we're going to have to run with Kemper for the first 2 rounds probably. And in the rest of our lines, we have Dalek Coley, Tavares, and Hosang, 85, 95, and 88. So we got 95 blows like their center out of the water, and then 88 ties their winger. So then in 85, in comparison to their, to their 86. So it's fairly even first line, except for the fact that John Tavares blows Taylor Hall out of the water because they're both 90s. So, and then our second line, Prince, Strome, and Lindholm. So Strome's an 87, Lindholm's 86, and Prince is 85. So it's a pretty solid second line. And we got a really good third line, actually, 85, 84, 83. Fourth line's 83, 83, and then 79. But Julian Gauthier actually had a pretty decent regular season. He had 17 points, but he was a minus 11. So defensively, we have Nick Leddy with David Savard and Carl Gunnarsson with Ryan Pulock. Carl Gunnarsson's still a bit pissed off from when we scratched him, because we scratched him for 1 game and then he wanted to be traded, but we didn't end up trading him. But he's now down to an 80. So yeah, he might retire after end of this year. And Scandella with Walderspoon, and then that was that. And our scratch players are all those guys. So anyways, let's just not waste any more time, considering I probably just wasted about 5 minutes. So let's get started with the playoff simulation. So I have a feeling, though, we're going to lose this round. I don't want to think that, but the thing is, though, usually when you finish ahead of a team in the standings by like a blowout margin, that team always seems to beat you. So, like, we finished with 105 points, I think it was, and then New Jersey finished with like 90 something points. I just have a feeling that we're set up for a failure for some reason. So let's see, anyways, how it plays out. So first period, 2-0 New Jersey. Bastion, their first line center, getting it done for them. So it's 2-0 New Jersey after the first period. Second period's 4-0. If they have a blowout game, though, we might come back. You never know. So Taylor Hall and Adam Henrique. So their first line continues, and then their second line. So top six forwards are doing good in New Jersey, I guess. And third period, we get 2, but not enough as Henrique adds another one. So not a good first game at all. 5-2 loss. We got to be a lot better defensively than that. So Strome and Pilak get our goals. 3 stars in that game. Kyle Palmieri had 4 assists, and then Henrique had 3 points, and Bastion had 2 goals. So I don't see why they don't move Henrique up to the first line somehow. Salinas Soderstrom, yeah, he did re-injure his broken toe. God damn it. Till May 24th, so he's pretty much out the remainder of the playoffs. We'll have to put him in for a different round if we get that far. But we're going to have to call up Gibson again, which means now the playoffs run on Kemper, and maybe Gibson will have some starts in the playoffs. I don't know. Hopefully not, because he's only a 79, but he did actually have a good regular season when he was up here, so that's that, and then we have to adjust. No, we don't have to adjust AHL. Okay, good. And the AHL team more than likely is going to make the playoffs as well, so we'll keep an eye on that because we have 2 prospects down there, Velarde and Beauvillier. So game number 2 in New York still. First period scoreless. Okay, I'll take that. Way better than going down 2-0 after the first period. So it's 13-8. The shots in favor of us, so hopefully we could just pot a goal or 2. And McLeod makes it 1-0 for New Jersey. I think that's like the third line center, if I remember correctly. So we're trailing by 1 goal, but we're out shooting them. So come on, guys. We need to have a strong third period in net and in offensive production, I guess. We're getting a lot of shots, but oh, there you go. Finally, Matthew Tkachuk, third line left wing, getting it done, tying it up in the third period. But we're still out shooting them by like a wide margin, so that's nice. By like 10 shots. And it's going to overtime in game number 2. So this is big. We need to win this, or else we're going to be going down 2-0 headed into New Jersey. And then we'd have to win it at least one of those games, or else we're going to get swept. So come on, guys. We need to have a really good overtime. And wow, okay. That's what I meant. Josh Hosang ends the game in overtime. Less than 30 seconds in, 27 seconds into overtime. We win game number 2, and it's a tie series. So there's the stats. So Tkachuk from Savard and Carlson, Hosang from Dalcoli and Tavares. So the first line got it done in overtime. And there's our 3 stars. Christopher Gibson was in net the entire time at 79 from the minors. I thought it was going to put Kemper in net, but okay, that works, I guess. 108 goals against average. He had a good first game for sure. Holy crap. I don't know if he'll be in net for the next game, though. I hope not, kind of, because I don't know if he's going to just perform like that the entire playoffs if we keep him. Okay, so we're now in New Jersey. If we could steal one or both of these games, then we have a chance to get the series. So, first period, we outshoot them again 9-7. Second period, they're up 2-0 going into third now. Kemper is in net now, so Bastion and Kulikov. So guys, we need to get way more shots than 10 shots after only 2 periods, and we need to get more goals. So come on, guys, there you go. Matthew Barzell gets us back within 1 early into the third. We're getting more shots, but not a lot of shots still. And then Kyle Palmieri, the first line for New Jersey, getting it done again. It's 3-1 New Jersey, and Shane Prince makes it 3-2. We have ourselves a game late, but are we going to score at all? No, we're not. DSP is going to make it 4-2, and McLeod gets an empty netter. So another 5-2 loss to the New Jersey Devils. So not a very good game again. We were close to tying it up at a few points, but Matthew Barzal's the only guy that played good on our team, it looks like, with 2 points tonight. So we're down 2-1, so this is like a big game. We need to tie up the series here, go back home, take that win, and then maybe win the series in New Jersey if we can. I don't think I'm going to make any line changes at the moment. But yeah, so game number 4 in New Jersey. First period, and we get the lead. Elias Lindholm finally coming through. He didn't have the best, actually, regular season, only 33 points. So he might be trade bait down the road. He only has 1 year left on his deal. So I think this year he'd be a UFA. So first period, or second period, 2-1 us. Now John Tavares coming through, and we're out shooting by only 1 shot. DSP gets them back within 1. So come on, guys, let's have a strong third. And yes, there you go. Michael Dalcoli on the first shot of the period makes it 3-1 Islanders. Good job. First line getting it done in tonight's game. Tavares, Dalcoli, and okay, wait a second. Michael McLeod pulls them within 1. Where we know shots don't. Come on, guys. Good job, good job. Yes, there you go. 3-2 win. Nice steal of a game in New Jersey. So here's the points. So Lindholm from Strome and Prince to the second line. Tavares from Dalcoli, and Dalcoli from Tavares. So that's nice. And here's our 3 stars. Kemper, Dalcoli, and Tavares. So Kemper had a pretty good game as well. He allowed 2 goals, but he made 32 saves. So okay, that is nice. So we're on to game number 5 in... Okay, wait a second. Let's stop the simulation. So HL team is up against Hartford. I'm not going to slow sim their games until we get to the next round. So we might not see if they make it. Well, we will on the corner, I guess. So anyways, game number 5 in New Jersey. Looking to take a lead in the series back to New Jersey. That'd be nice. Considering we are down, or we're tied in the series, if we win this, then we could win it in New Jersey. So first period, and it's 2-1 for the Devils. So Hall and Chabot, so second line defensive pairing, and their first line getting it done for them, and then John Tavares getting it done in back-to-back games for us. So we're out shooting them out, so we have a good chance of tying this up in the period if they don't score at all. So second period, no goals, so it's 23-16 to shots, but we're still down by 1 goal. So come on, guys. We have to have another good third period, so we need to get goals on our opportunities like that. Shane Prince ties the game up at 2 in the third period, so that's good. We're out shooting them pretty badly, 36-20, pretty much. Yeah, we almost have 40 shots. And Corey Schneider keeps it in it, and it's going to overtime. Come on, guys, let's have a big overtime again. Power play, no dice. Yeah, we're out shooting by 20 shots. So Corey Schneider's playing really well. But now it's less than 20 shots. Now it's 14 shots. They're catching up a bit, and it looks like it's going to a second overtime. But we're out shooting them by 17 shots. So Corey Schneider's the only reason they're in this game, guys. Come on, let's go. Second overtime. And Matthew Tkachuk on the third line, getting his second goal of the series, and we have the lead in the series. So Tavares from Dalcoli and Leddy, Prince from Strome and Barzal, and then Tkachuk from Carlson and Barzal. And 3 stars to... Yeah, Darcy Kemper had a really good game. And then Corey Schneider, because he made so many saves against us, and then Matthew Tkachuk with the overtime winners. So who knows, we might actually have a chance of winning this series. We have 2 chances at it. First coming in New Jersey. So And our AHL team lost game 1 in overtime and won the second game 3-1. So our AHL team has to win 2 more games to win the series, or lose 2 more games to lose the series. So game number 6 in New Jersey. Can we end the series tonight? Are we actually going to go to round number 2? First period, scoreless. They're outshooting us heavily, 16-7. So it's been a bit of a back and forth series for shots and goal wise, I guess. So second period, we get 3 goals. Okay, so looks like we might actually go on to round number 2 if we have a good third period. Like we're still being outshot by 6 shots, but Matthew Barzal, Matthew Tkachuk, I don't know what I'm saying. Josh Ho-Sang get the goals. So our three of our youngster kind of guys getting huge goals to propel us to a 3-0 lead in the third. Can we just lock down the fort and go on to round number 2 again? We went to round number 2 last year, I think it was, and lost to the Leafs. So we're trending upwards. So hopefully this is a good year for us. Nathan Bastian gets one for the Devils, but it's way too late. Even though they outshot us, we had a great game, 3-1 win. You know, we were outshot 35-21. We just got goals on our opportunities, and our goaltending was great. So Barzal from Carlson and Prince, Tkachuk from Carlson and Gunnarsson, and Ho-Sang from Tavares and Dalcoli. So that's that. 3 stars of the game. Darcy Kemper getting first star again. Malcolm Carlson and Matthew Tkachuk. So those are the 3 stars. So it looks like Kemper had a really good series, and then Gibson had actually a really good game number 1. So we're on to round number 2. We'll find out who against in a bit. We'll do the AHL simulation just for now, because the AHL team is in the Calder Cup playoffs. So first period, we're up 1-0 for Hagee. Second period, Henrik Lundqvist is down in the minors. I just realized. It's funny, he's probably dropping off. He's probably going to retire this year. And Saarinen, our draft pick, makes it 2-0, and we win 2-0. So we have a chance to go on to the next round. So Ronald Holt was our goalie in that game. Carter Verhaeghe with 2 points, and Mika Saarinen with 1 goal. Okay, so game number 4, we have a chance to win the series in Hartford, but we aren't going to be able to find out because we're up in round number 2 against the Columbus Blue Jackets, who went 7 games in their first series. Let's just go to the playoff tree, and then we'll go look at the stats just for round number 1. Just because we're up at like 20 minutes almost around. So, and then we'll look at the Blue Jackets lines. So obviously in round number 1 we beat the Devils 4-2, so we're on to the next round. And then Columbus beat Pittsburgh, which was the only team ahead of us, 4-3. So yeah, it's the Columbus New York Islanders, round number 2 for us at least. And then the other series, Tampa Bay beat Boston 4-1 and is on to next round, obviously. Toronto won against Carolina 4-1. So it's the Toronto-Tampa second round as well. So if we beat Columbus, we're going to be facing one of those teams that we've played in the playoffs before. If it's Tampa again, we've played them a lot in these playoffs. So hopefully we have a chance against them again. In the West, you have St. Louis, who beat Nashville 4-1 to face Winnipeg, who beat Edmonton 4-2. And then you got Vancouver, who beat Anaheim 4-2, and Calgary swept Arizona. So it's a Calgary-Vancouver round number 2 as well. So a lot of Canadian teams actually in the West still. So that's that. Let's see. So let's look at the stats for the playoffs so far for our guys. And then we'll go over the Columbus Blue Jackets lines, and then that will be this episode. So John Tavares was 6 points in 6 games, Dalcoli was 6 points in 6 games, and Carlson and Barzal with 5 points in 6 games. So looks like our third line and our first line is playing pretty good. Strome gets 4 and 6, Prince is 4. It's actually pretty balanced around the entire league. We have a lot of minuses, but other than that, I think we had a pretty good series. Goaltending, let's just look at the goaltending numbers. So yeah, see, look, Soderstrom had that one game where he got injured. He allowed 5 goals in, so Maybe we don't run with Soderstrom at all. Maybe he's not ready to be a good NHL starter. I don't know. But Gibson, see, he got called up for one game and allowed one goal only. And then, yeah, Darcy Kemper's been playing pretty good. 2.01 goals against average in 5 games. He's got a nice .934 save percentage as well. So, pretty good performance from our 2 goalies. And then Soderstrom won't be back till late May, I think it was. So, he might miss a few rounds of this playoffs. He might miss the remainder pretty much. I guess he might get re-injured again. So we're just going to save this quickly as well so I don't lose the file. Okay, so now let's go on to this and see. Oh wait, the HL game is going to get it simulated, so just by going in here, we'll be able to check afterwards if our AHL team made it to the next round. So against Columbus, let's see what they're all about, what their lines look like. This is the first time we actually had to play them in the playoffs, so I don't know what to expect. It looks like Boone Jenner might be their captain. So few opponents. So first line, they got Boone Jenner, who's an 89. Jake Kreisky, who's an 83. I don't know why they don't have Dubinsky or Wen. And Oliver Bjorkstrand. So 2 good wingers, not a very good center. But you got a playmaker, a sniper, and a 2-way, so it's okay. Then second line, you got Saad, Dubinsky, and Foligno. So you got a 2-way, and another 2-way. So a lot of defensive players on this team, it looks like. And then third line, you got another 2-way in Sonny Milano, playmaker in Wenberg, and Bittner on power forward. So you got 2 decent players actually there for a third line. And then Bittner is a bit low. Same with Stenlund on the fourth line. And then here you got Pierre-Luc Dubois, who's up to an 83. So he still has a lot of room to grow. So he's going to be eventually probably one of these like top 2 centers, I'd assume. And then you got William Karlsson. So that's their offensive lines. Defensive lines, they have a pretty good first defensive pair. Nobody that's a huge stud like Ryan Suter was in the last round. They got an 88 and an 87 for their first 2 defensive pairing. And then you got Dylan Hetherington and Dalton Prout, 84, 81. And then Barter, who's a 78, and Gabriel Carlson, who's an 80. So they might have had an injury on one of these spots. I'll have to check afterwards. So, and then in net, Korpisalo's up to a 91. Holy shit. Meet him elite. I didn't even realize he was that good of a goalie. So, yeah, so Korpisalo's their starter, and Bobrovsky's the backup. So you got a very good 2 goalies, 91 and 89. I don't know if Bobrovsky's happy with his ice time, but that's a pretty good goaltending tandem. And scratched, you have Dante Salaturo, who's just, I guess, a depth kind of guy. And then Vitaly Abramov, who's actually listed as a low top 6 forward, so this guy might be good for them down the road too. So other than that, that's gonna probably do it, guys, for this episode of the Islanders Gym Mode. Let's just quickly check and see if the Bridgeport team made it on to the next round. So no, looks like it's still going on to another game. Yeah, it was a 1-0 loss, so the HL team will go on to game number 5 to see who goes on to the next round. So anyways, that's going to do it, guys, for episode number 22 of our Islanders Gym Mode. So we'll see you guys back up here with episode number 23 when we face the Columbus Blue Jackets. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you guys next time.